Hello everyone. So I'm making this video real quick because I am returning my Fitbit Surge that I just bought. Nothing wrong with it. I love it. I just know that there's a better option from Garmin. So real quick, I wanted to show you guys what the menus are like on the watch. So from starting, that's the watch there on my wrist. And it has a monochrome display, which is a black and white, and it actually shows up very well in the sunlight. Also, it has a backlighting for during the nighttime. So the clock that comes with it is actually a circular clock with the time in the middle, and then there's like little dots that show up for each minute, and you'll get more dots in a row for the amount of steps you do. I chose this one after finding this one because the first day I had it, I was like, it doesn't even show the date. But there is a clock setting where you can have the date on there. There's a couple different ones you can do on the app or on the computer through the dashboard. And the dashboard is basically all of the information for the watch, the activity tracker. You can see your steps, sleeping, set your alarms. You can see what your friends are doing with their Fitbits. You can set your goals, set challenges for you and your friends. Whole ton of stuff on there. It's ridiculous the amount of information. The other thing is this watch is customizable a bit. So the activities you do, if you don't see them on the watch, go to the dashboard and you may be able to find them and then do the check marks next to them and find them. For instance, I don't know if it's cycling or biking. We'll get to that in a second. Wasn't on here, but I was able to find it and add it on here. Okay, so you got the three buttons. So you got two on that side and one on that side. The one on my left, the one in the middle by itself, that one's the home button. And the other two are kind of activity buttons. So, let's see, this is a little difficult. So I'm going to press that left button, and it brings up this menu. Now, it's going to show up wherever you left it off at. You see battery life in the top left, and then I have text messages showing up on the right. So if I click that right top button next to where it showed the text message, it shows my text message. And I can scroll left and right to go through different ones. Then if I click the home button again, let me actually take this off my wrist, since I'm turning it anyway. There we go, much better. And I can swipe through those. So run's the main one. Exercise is next. You have a timer, alarms, and then back to settings. I'll get settings over with real quick. You have Bluetooth Classic, which is the Bluetooth modes. So this was, I actually had to look it up. This is how you get to pair it. So you can see I'm clicking that one button. So you have off, on, and pair. And this basically connects to your phone with Bluetooth to update and sync to the dashboard. Notifications, those are on and off. So if you get text messages or phone notifications. It does actually vibrate when you get those, so it's nice to have. Backlight, you have on, auto, and off. I normally keep it on auto, but for this video I'm leaving it on. Shut down, so you can turn the watch off to save battery life. Regulatory info, so all of the stuff you see in normal like FCC agreements and stuff like that. Right now I'm running version 16.34.5.14. Heart rate, you get auto on and off. And then we're back to Bluetooth Classic. Not a lot of settings, which is a good thing. So if I click the home button, we're back. Now I'm going to start with run. So this is going to be run-oriented exercises. I believe there's 3 of them. You have free run. Now there's 2 symbols down there. One showing that it's going to get your heart rate, and the other one is that antenna, which means it will use the GPS. So it will track you by GPS as far as distance, and it even gives you a map later on so you can see where you ran, so you can run it again later. So for instance, I'm going to be training to do a marathon, so I feel a GPS is nice to have because then I can really do long distances and know how accurately I ran them. treadmill run. So we can't do GPS on a treadmill unless you're outside, and kind of pointless anyway. So it just says heart rate. And then lap run, which basically you can just do a lap and record that time, do another lap, record that time. Gives you a couple different buttons to click. Then free run, which basically you just run your butt off. Oh, or is that free run? Didn't go into that. So if I click the home button, we can go back to run, and now we're going to go to exercise. So this is the one where I could add other things. So like right now, there's hike. Most of these came with it. There it is. So it has heart rate and GPS, weights, just heart rate, elliptical, just heart rate, spinning, just heart rate, yoga, just heart rate, workout, and bike. Yeah, that was the one I added because I do bike quite a bit, or used to, and need to try it again because my knees suck. But those are some of the activities, and if I keep going, it goes back to hike. Timer. So I have a 10-minute timer set. There's a gear at the top right. Click on that. I can adjust the setting, how long. Then I can click play, and it'll vibrate when it's done. I kind of use that just for cooking, actually. And then the last one's alarms, where I can see the alarms I have set. So weekdays. I'm actually a really heavy sleeper, so this actually doesn't work for me. It buzzes for about 10 seconds and then waits for you to say I'm either awake or not. I emailed them and asked if you could set it to where it'll just continuously vibrate, but they haven't made that yet. A lot of people would like to have that because I'm a heavy sleeper and so were they, and they just sleep right through it. And then when I click on that, it goes from on and off, so I can set them. The other thing is you can see a lot of these are right around the same times, because I tried to set them where one would go off, then another. But if one goes off, you have to acknowledge that one to turn off before any others will let you do anything else. So, sad thought. Now let me go back to run, and I'm going to click on free run. So right now it's searching for GPS. Let's just say it found GPS, so I'm going to click the quick start so I can get running. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like when you're doing that. And I can swipe, and it's going to give me pace, average pace, my heart rate when that's working, calories burned, steps, and clock, and that's it, back to there. So then when I hit pause, I can either hit play, or I can click the finish flag up top, and it gives me my summary. Time, miles, average beats per minute, average pace, 0 steps, elevation gain, and so forth. Click exit, and then all that information will get saved onto your dashboard. So then you can bring it up online, on your phone or on a computer. So that's pretty much it for the watch. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. I still have my wife's. Oh, I didn't go into this part. Good thing I clicked that. So when you're on the time, you can also do a quick display of information by sliding across the screen. So right now I did 9,179 steps today. Beat per minute currently is 82, even though it's not attached. I did almost 4 miles of walking. 2,300 calories burnt. 3 floors climbed. And then back to time. So there is quite a bit this watch shows. I'm going to the Garmin vivoactive HR. I'm going to go order it. I don't think Best Buys have it right now. That's where I got this at. It's more expensive. I got this on sale for $205. MSRP is $250. However, the vivoactive is $250 as well. So they're very comparable as far as pricing, but you can find this on sale while the vivoactive HR just came out like a day or two ago. I'm getting that because this is water resistant, while that one's waterproof up to 50 meters. I work around a lot of water, so that's natural for me. And then also the battery life is supposedly better as well. There's a lot of other reasons, and I'm going to list those in the bottom when I get back. It has a color screen, which some will say is nicer. The screen, I believe, is bigger. And then also the other thing on it is there's a golf app. I don't golf at all, but if you golf at all, like if you even golf once a year, I would say get the Garmin because it has a app on it because it's also a GPS watch. So basically you can log into the golf course you're playing and it's going to tell you exactly how far away you are from the green currently and all the other information. You can track your score on it. There's a ridiculous amount of information you can use it for with golfing. It also does swimming and a lot of other activities that this may or may not do. On the dashboard, you can really see what it does, but the only reason I would say buy this watch is for price reasons. If you have a lot of friends that use the Fitbit, and that way you can challenge them and kind of be a social workout thing. And the app is actually better. The app is kind of more intuitive, so I'd say if you're more of like an Apple person versus like someone who likes a lot of information that you may or may not need, then this is a good option. The Garmin has the same type of information, but the layout is supposedly not as user-friendly, but I feel like it does have a lot more information for people who are a lot more, I'll say, ridiculous about their about their workout routines and how they manage their bodies, and basically everything about fitness is more serious for them. This one will work fine, but the Garmin just seems like a better fit overall. This is the box came in a nice box. I actually have very small wrists. For instance, they don't make a wedding ring my size in male, so I actually have to wear a women's wedding ring, believe it or not. But I actually have a large fitting me, so a small may be for like a really small woman. But I'd say if you have an average build, probably the large is the better option. They make an XL for people with really big wrists. And this nicely opens up with this little magnet. And it sits right in there. There's a nice little speech. It's a really nice product. I love it. I wish it would have just been waterproof instead of water resistant. If this thing can zoom in. There we go. Water resistant, touchscreen display, sleep quality, custom watch faces, music control. Oh, that's the other thing. They both do have music control, and I do find it very useful. And then just a real quick thing to get to music control, now that it reminded me, if I double tap this left button, it'll connect to my phone and bring up, for instance, I was listening to Silverstein, and I can hit play, pause on the bottom one by my finger, and up top here, wake back up, you have skip. It's not very advanced as far as what you can do with it, but it does at least give you some information, so you basically can leave your phone in your pocket the entire time. So it's nice for that. Then I click the home button, and then back to normal. And you can do that with the other parts of the watch working, so it works out pretty nice. Let's see, did I skip anything on here as this focuses? Get some light in here. GPS tracking, continuous heart rate, smartwatch notifications. I do like the smartwatch notifications, but they both have that. Mobile and online tools, they both have. Sync wirelessly, they both have that. Multi-sport. I feel the Garmin has more. All the activity, about the same. I mean, they're very similar products. I guess if you have a lot of Fitbit stuff like the Aria, which is a scale, then this could be better. But I just use a normal scale and put it in manually. Okay, but that's pretty much it. Once I get the new watch, I'm actually going to give you a demo on that. And at the end of this one, I'm going to list all of the information I can get online as far as pros and cons. And then this little piece of paper is something you can print out online, which will actually give you if you have a small, large, or XL wrist. The band is actually real nice. It's a rubber band. It's not like a nylon, so it does have a rubber feel to it. I never minded wearing it. And there you can see on the back is where the charger is. Right there, those 4 little dots. Oh, and that was another thing I didn't really care for, but It doesn't come with a wall charger. It just comes with the USB cable. So you do have to either plug it into a phone wall adapter or into something that has a USB port to charge it. Lasts quite a while. If I don't use the GPS, it'll last probably close to 5 days, a week, a work week. And then with the GPS, it'll last me 1 day of good running because it's about 5 hours. I've never really tested the battery life, but I did notice it drains quite a bit. I think I got like 2 runs in and then two full days of use, with about probably like an hour of full run time with GPS, and then the 2 full days. So that's roughly what I got. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about these, let me know. I got my wife the Fitbit Flex. She hasn't been using hers as much as I've been using mine, but they work roughly around the same, just don't have the same amount of features like GPS, the screen, a lot of the phone things you can get by with. So if you want a basic activity tracker, you really don't need this, but with the smart notifications and everything else, I do like everything this has, so I feel it's worth it. But if you just want an activity tracker, just get like a Fitbit Flex, or if you want one with heart rate, get a basic one with heart rate. Probably spend a little over 100, 120 bucks probably, while this is in the $200 range. Alrighty, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.